Hello all, it's David and I'm back and I'm here to read a chapter out of my dear friend William Martin's new book. It's part of a series called San Francisco, The Luxury of Eccentricity. And this is his second book. It's called The Runaway Bus. It's a fictional account, perhaps based on real things that happened to him. This one may be based on things that could have happened in his childhood. And I have picked a chapter to read, which I found to be very touching. It stood out in my memory as I was helping him edit this book. And I'd like to read that chapter for you now. And here we go. Erin and the Ancient Oak. I hope everyone had a tree climbing, playing pretend best friend in their childhood. I am sure grateful that I did. Erin and I were best treasured friends from the age of 3.5 until the age of 9 when her parents divorced and she moved away. We almost didn't become friends at all because I would not set foot off my property. Some really horrible stuff had happened to me when I was very young, about 2, when my mother sent me over to a neighbor's to play. From that morning of horrors onward, I decided I needed to make sure horrible stuff never happened again. That thought stood firm as a kind of promise I made to myself. I promised myself never to step foot off my property again. I pulled the emergency brake on the idea of exploring the world. Until Erin inched me away from my promise and out into the world again, to open up to the world's welcoming arms, its invitation to engage with it, to climb trees and explore creeks. Erin restored my sense of safety in the world. This inching back out into the world happened little by little. On the day Erin introduced herself to me, when she first found me sitting at the bottom of my driveway, she pointed across the street to her house and invited me to come over and play. I shook my head no, and I told her I wasn't moving any further than the bottom of my driveway. So Erin sat down next to me, crossed her legs, and set about becoming my friend. She told me all about how her grandmother had knitted her this Norwegian reindeer sweater she wore. She loved that sweater and her grandmother so much that she never wanted to take off that sweater again. We had 4 of those bottom of the driveway, me not budging visits. Then somehow one day, Erin found the invitation that convinced me to cross the street. Trevi, I want you to feel how it is to sit in the oak tree. She pointed across the street at a huge spread of trunk and branches and leaves that rose up and stood sentry on the east corner of her front yard. That tree looked big and beautiful. Erin kept pointing. She wanted to show me a closer look at that surely ancient, venerable paternal oak tree in the corner of her front yard. She told me I would love sitting in the strong, protective, safe branches of the oak. The next thing I knew, there I was, sitting in those branches of that surely ancient oak with my new friend Erin. We sat still and silent, just looking out over the entirety of her property and watching the breeze blow through the dandelions. Seeing gophers popping up and blue jays scavenging, squirrels scampering, and honeybees flying. From that tree, we witnessed the quivering of creation, and we felt a part of everything. You wouldn't think we could improve upon this reality, but one of us, I'm not sure if it was Erin or it was me, had the idea one day of just imagining something and starting to play pretend. For the next 5 years, when we weren't climbing the trees and exploring the creeks of creation, we would pretend our way through time and space, with the stories and the characters changing constantly. Erin had a princess room with a canopied four-poster bed, an old school desk filled with Nancy Drew mysteries, and a genuine white bearskin rug. When I was in her room, I wanted to be a princess too. Go ahead and pretend that you are, Erin laughed. The oak tree won't mind. And that's one chapter of many great chapters, some sad, some poignant. If you are a boomer like me, a lot of references will invoke some nostalgia. I recommend that you order this on Amazon. It's called The Runaway Bus by William Martin. It's available on Amazon right now. A great New Year's gift and a great New Year's read. I hope you have a beautiful holiday. I love you all. And until the next time.